Unfortunately, tragedy strikes again. Another person has gone overboard on a cruise ship. I'm not going to go into details of what happened. I'm not going to speculate into it. There's going to be plenty of other content creators doing that. But what I'm going to do is tell you why that's uncommon and then go for the reasons how someone could go overboard. People who are typically afraid to go on a cruise ship, one of the reasons is they're scared to go overboard. I'm going to tell you why today. One does simply not go overboard. Yes, I went there. I use that meme because it is possible, but highly unlikely. The main reason why is I'm going to show you this picture real quick of me on a cruise ship. Yes, I'm kind of a short person for a guy. I'm 5'8", and that's how high that railing goes on the cruise ship. It's almost to my elbows, and actually it's probably closer to my chest. It's more so the angle of the camera makes it look a little smaller than it is. That's an older ship here. Here's another picture of me and my wife at the railing. She is shorter, obviously, but again, you don't just simply fall over. It's just the railing's high. And that's on one of the older ships I've been on. And some of the newer ships, like the Jubilee, as you see right here, this guy in this picture is taller than I am. Probably more so the average guy height. And look how tall that railing is. It is high. Think of a railing like a fence. How often do you know someone who just falls over a fence? It doesn't happen. It's very rare. And if it does happen, it's because you're doing something you probably weren't supposed to be doing. Like climbing the fence. Climbing something else that gets you a higher proportion to the fence. That's the only reason why you would fall over a fence, because you don't just end up on a fence by accident. You don't go over one by accident either. Same thing with the railing. They're typically high, and you don't just fall over one. Can it happen by accident? Yes. But then again, you were doing something you weren't supposed to be doing. You're probably climbing over it on purpose, whether it's for a good view or you're trying to climb on the railing to get a cool picture. But think about it. If you fall, you're done. If you fall off a cruise ship into the ocean, the likelihood is you're not going to be found. It's very rare that they find someone. I hope they do, because it is a tragedy. But the odds are, once you fall over, you're not going to be found. So don't do it. And those with kids, I know this is a concern for you too. When it's just me and my wife, I get a balcony room because, well, I trust my wife is not going to throw me over. And I know I'm not going to purposely jump over, so a balcony is not a danger to us. However, when I sail with my kids, they're 8 and 4, they know better, but I don't go in a balcony room with them. I book an interior room just because, well, kids, they make some questionable decisions. And even adults sometimes make questionable decisions themselves. So when I have my kids with me, I'm more cautious than I would otherwise be. I book an interior cabin instead of a balcony cabin. Because if you have kids, you know if you turn your head for a few seconds, they can end up in some crazy places. Their attention span and judgment are not always the best. That's the first main reason why someone would accidentally fall over. You weren't doing something you were supposed to be doing, making not smart decisions. The second way someone could go overboard is because it was on purpose. Maybe someone pushed someone over the balcony for whatever reason. Maybe there was an argument and someone got pushed over. Because this does happen. Some people do some horrible things, and once you get someone over that railing, it's pretty much game over for them. The third scenario is the person who fell over the railing did it on purpose. For whatever reason, unfortunately in society, this does happen. People choose to opt out in life. One easy way to do this is to jump off something very high, whether it be a building, a hotel, cliff, or a cruise ship. Either way, the result is the same. The difference between jumping off a cruise ship and anything else is anything else you drop off, they pretty much know the result immediately. Versus off a cruise ship, there's a chance you might still be alive. Both are tragedies, but it does happen. But you don't just happen to do this by accident. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm not going to speculate to what happened to the person on the Taylor Swift cruise, but I mean, let's be honest. You might not know for sure. There's going to be a lot of rumors out there, but the likelihood that it was a mere accident, pretty slim. And those people who say they're scared of cruising because they're afraid to fall over the edge, I bring up that example again, is the fence example. How likely are you to fall over a fence? You're not, unless you're in a place you're not supposed to be, or someone purposely pushed you over, or you jumped over it yourself. Those are the only real scenarios that could happen. So thoughts and prayers to everyone involved, to everyone that this happens to, but just make sure when you're on a cruise or anywhere else on an elevated area, make smart decisions. If you've been drinking too much, if you're having thoughts to putting it into everything, seek medical help immediately. Don't just go do it. You need to ask for help. I know it's a little more serious note today, so I mean, it's a PSA that, hey, don't be scared of the ledge just because you're scared of falling over. Because all you do is make smart decisions, and it's probably not going to happen. And if you need help, seek help immediately. That's all for today, and I'll see you all again soon.